Good evening, folks. Down and out with Delta Mike in Torrevieja. I think I messed that up. Down and out in Torrevieja with Delta Mike. How's that? We do it that way this time, eh? It's whatever time it is. I think it's about 9:30 on Saturday night. I've just been and done a little bit of shopping. I see the separate video for that. And tonight I'm gonna do something a little different. It's another cookery video. I've still got some of the pasta and sauce from a few nights ago. The day before yesterday, was it? So I'm gonna have that, but I'm gonna do some baked potatoes, or jacket potatoes as we call them in England. I'm gonna have a go at cooking some of those, but without an oven. Another option for cooking them would be to have a large fire and let the fire die down and wrap potatoes in foil and put them in the embers of the fire. I'm not in a position to have a large fire, so that's out of the question. So my other option is to try and jerry-rig something that approximates an oven. I've got a couple of baking pans or baking trays and a metal rack type thing. I've put a few potatoes and actually a couple of carrots in silver foil. I'm gonna try and jerry rig something approximating an oven over the top of my hobo stove. I've not done it this way before, so I don't know if that's going to work. I guess we'll see. But first of all, I got a bit of preparatory work to do. I'm gonna prepare a bit of wood in the. I've got plenty already, but I'm gonna prepare a bit more, just in case, in the dying daylight. So let's go and have a go at that now. I've got no idea whether I can do this and catch it on camera, but I guess we'll see. Try and point the camera downwards a bit. I don't think. Okay. I don't know why, but the camera cut out. I've just had to put my jumper on the camera's balancing precariously. I've put a jumper in front of it in case it falls. I don't want the phone breaking. So I'm just gonna chop a few bits of wood. As best I can, and that's off to a bad start. That didn't go well at all. That's a lot tougher than normal. But we get that. We get there in the end. Processing firewood with a knife. So this is just, I cut, if you can see, I sawed the ends off the log earlier, and now I'm just battening them down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Just a knife and a piece of rebar. Like I said, I don't need too much. I've already got a supply over there. I want a few smaller pieces to get things started. So just keep breaking it down. Start with a tree, end up with matchsticks. Just for the first batch. Tino. Superstar. Tino. Hey, quiet. Tino, be quiet. Leave the nice people alone. Tino, leave the nice people alone, darling. Come on, you're on camera. Well, I am. Let's not show ourselves in a bad light. Yeah? You'll be a good girl. You'll be a good girl. Make friends. Alright. If I bring those together. Bring those together and I'll just show you that let's have a look. Is that, I've got no idea how well that's going to show on camera. What I'll do is I'll stop it there and switch to the main camera with the flash on, or with the light on. Okay folks, there's the knife and the rebar, and there's the little pile of wood that we just processed, if I can keep my hand steady enough. So I'm going to move that over to the hobo stove, and I'm going to prep it with a bit of paper and some of these smaller pieces, and we'll make a start. This might not be on camera, I don't know. Okay, it's starting to take. Okay folks, whenever I'm cooking, what's job number one? Coffee. Let's get the pan on for coffee. Obviously it's going to take a while. You don't want to stand there watching that, so let's get it centered over the heat. And I'll check back with you nearer the time. We're only a couple of minutes in, but I thought I'd take a shot of the flames. That's really got on hold quite really early, really quickly. Don't know if you can see Tina behind. There she is. Always nice to get a shot of Tina. Hey girl, look at the people. Okay. Usually when it flares up like that, that's a sign that it's going to die down shortly and I'll need to be replenishing the wood. And I haven't prepared the cups yet, so I'll have to get my coffee stroke chocolate ready. As I said, I'll come back to you near a time when that's ready. We can take a quick look here as well while we're here. While you're here. I haven't gone anywhere. I've been here all along. The mesh shelf, the handle and tray there, that's going to be on the fire. I'm going to have, this is how I'm going to kind of try and make an oven. Try and make a pseudo oven. So there's going to be a roasting pan at the base. A roasting pan. But I can't just put potatoes in there, those would burn over the heat. Now I wanted like another mesh or something to sit inside, but I haven't got a combination that works of different, everything's different sizes. Nothing's a set. So I've got this white metal sheet from my pal Eddie. So I'm going to put that over the bottom baking tray. So there'll be a pocket of hot air there, then the shelf, then this other baking roasting tray upside down over the top, and the food's going to be in foil inside like so. I guess I should show you that there's no cheating, there's nothing in there that's already half done or anything. We got a couple of potatoes and a couple of carrots in this particular packed parcel. I just tore the foil. And in the other one it's just 3 potatoes. Nothing's cooked already. They're just there. A couple of eyes, a couple of sprouts, shoots coming off the eyes. Just throw those away. So they're not cooked or anything. Everything's raw. And still got the eyes. So cover those back up. What did I say about the fire? Probably going to die down in a second. Let me grab that quickly because the first replen of wood is critical. I don't want the fire going out. So I'll take care of that and I'll be back with you nearer boiling time for the coffees. Okay, it's not been too many minutes. I've only done the one refill of wood, and it sounds like, there we go, that's a good boil. This was untrusted water, it's bad water, so I'm going to give it a 30 seconds or so more. What are you doing, Tina? What's all the noise over there? Don't think the camera gets you, does it? Where are you? There you are. There's Tina girl. Okay. I'm going to need my hands for doing coffee, but I think what I can do, I can lift the pan off, take that over towards the coffee making area. And I should be able to just lift, there we go, one-handed. Lift my makeshift oven, ouch, ouch, fingers. Slide it into place. I don't know how good the camera work was there. Well, I do, I know it was me, so not good. But, so the bottom pan takes the direct heat. There's nothing laying on that bottom. There's the metal sheet across the top that then has the potatoes on, and the top roasting pan should trap heat and be oven-like. That's the intention. I've never done this before in this manner. Like I said, I could have, well, the ideal would have been to have had a larger fire or even a barbecue, and the hot coals or the hot embers put the potatoes in the tin foil directly on the embers as they kind of cool a little. But that would be an ideal. This is drought in Spain, even though it's been raining on and off for the last 2 weeks. We're not really in a position to be having large fires. So I'll make my coffee and I'll check back with you when the potatoes are coming along. See you soon. Okay, I've just refueled the fire and put another couple of blocks of wood in, and I've deliberately moved the what I'm going to call it, the oven, the set of roasting pans. I've moved them kind of to the left, so the right hand edge is more over the fire for now. I'm just trying to move it around a little bit periodically, just to try and get even heating, so we don't just heat it one side. Now what I haven't done so far is look inside. Remember the old adage, if you're looking, you're not cooking? It's a little, yeah, I'm tempted to look because I've never done it this way before. The top isn't particularly warm, whereas this metal sheet, the shelf that they're sitting on, is actually, that the potatoes and everything are on, is red hot. Well, not literally red hot, but very hot. So there's a possibility that they're burning in there. Who knows? But I don't want to go messing too soon. Like I said, if you're looking, you're not cooking. But I want to keep the flame low. Don't want too much of a raging fire, but I have to be mindful that if it gets too low, once there's no flame and you've just got kind of hot coals in the bottom, this mesh at the bottom of the fire lets an awful lot of air through, and those embers, those coals quickly just disintegrate and fall through, and that's your fire out. So I have to, it's a balancing act between feeding it too much and too little, like ever. The same as the balancing act of whether you're looking or whether you're cooking. I don't know. It's an experiment. If it all goes really, really wrong, you'll just never see this video. How's that? Okay. I just got my, oh no I didn't. I'm just about to get my second coffee. That gives you maybe some indication of how long it's been. Maybe 15-20 minutes, I don't know. And I'll check back with you as things develop. Okay folks, coffee number 2, empty. I haven't actually timed where we are with any of this, but we're probably somewhere between 40 minutes and an hour since the coffee, since I put the potatoes on. I'm guessing, I don't actually know. I've refueled the fire 2 or 3 times, it's just dying down again now. We've actually just had a bit of a bad one where it sat there just giving off smoke and not burning properly for ages. I tried to stoke it up a few times, and then when it did take, it was maybe a bit much. So, and I still haven't looked inside, but when it was just raging, I did hear, you know, there was kind of cooking noises or sizzling noises. I don't know if that's good or bad at this stage, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off while I look to refuel the fire again. Just a couple of chunks of wood. But I'm going to, ouch. Oh yeah, I've got a cloth here. I'm going to. This top one isn't hot. It is a little bit at that side. So maybe. Can you hear the sizzle? Oh, they're not burning. Those are not even hot on top. Not even hot. Bottom's hot, but hasn't really started cooking. So as an experiment, as experiments go, 40 minutes in, I would call that a fail. I was beginning to wonder. I think that the solid metal shelf, the solid metal isn't ideal. I'm maybe going to try. What am I going to do? It's tricky. I do have a larger rack here that I could use as the primary shelf, and then use the other one as the shelf inside the so-called oven. So I might try that. It's worth adapting. If your initial plan doesn't work, try something. Get off your bugger. Try something different. Let's have a look. So if that goes on as the bottom shelf, let's make sure that this wood catches and that the fire takes. Where's my metal? Where's my blowpipe? Here we go. Look, the fire's in danger of dying out entirely. So even though I don't want to be overstocking it, overdoing the fire, we haven't got any. We're running out of kind of hot embers in the bottom, so we need to do something. So what I'm thinking is same as we had before, but without this. How can I explain it? So we'll go. Ouch. Fingers. Bring that off there. Likewise. Now, I don't want that. We're going to have that as the bottom still. We're going to have this in the middle instead of a solid shelf. Let more of the heat up and through. Put the food Look better if the foil was... Look better if I'd wrap them better, wouldn't it? And then this is the top. Now if this doesn't work now, I'll probably just put the potatoes, put the foil on the mesh rack directly over the fire for a while. But I thought this was a better... I wanted an oven type enclosure, ideally. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let me get my third coffee, and we'll see where we're at in half an hour or so. Bye for now. Okay, folks. It's about 15 minutes later than the last clip. I've just had to refuel the fire again, but I thought I'd just make an observation or two. Previously, when the shelf that was in between the upper and lower roasting tins, when that was solid, the top didn't get hot. The potatoes were sitting on a hot shelf, but no heat was making it into the what I would consider to be the oven section of what I'm trying to do here. Whereas now, that is, I mean, I can touch it, but I wouldn't be able to put my hand, I wouldn't be able to leave my hand on there. So we're headed in the right direction. I still don't know if it's enough. I may end up just putting the tin foil on the bottom shelf directly over the fire, but obviously when the flames die down, not when it's raging like now. But yeah, I mean, I've finished my third coffee, so I don't know. I haven't got a drink. Maybe I'll grab a glass of wine while I wait. Hey, hobos and wine. What can you say? Winos. Yeah, I guess you could say that. That fire's really raging there now. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. But I think things are moving in the right direction. Obviously, I'm maybe an hour behind where I thought I would be. But that's experimentation for you, isn't it? Things taking longer. Had to reset and try again. This time, I'm fairly sure I can hear things cooking. I can hear things happening. Hopefully nothing's burning. I'm not going to go looking, because when you're looking, you're not cooking. But leave it with me. I'll come back to you when I've got something new to report. For now, I'm going to go grab that glass of wine. Out. And we're back. That's a little thing called the moon. It looks terrible on screen. It's crisp in real life, and it looks like shit on the screen, unless that's just my eyes. No, I've got my reading glasses, and it just looks... This is not a good quality camera, at night at least. Some lights over in the distance, street lights nearby. You can even see the fire here. What the fuck? What about my Tina girl? No. And no option at all to turn the light on or off during filming right now. So I'm gonna end this here, and in about 2 seconds start a new recording. Let's see if I can show you this. Does it show the table's wet? Doesn't really show. When we get a clear sky, that doesn't show either. But you saw the moon. We've got quite a clear sky. When you get a clear sky, we tend to end up with a damp air and damp being deposited everywhere, like on the outside of the tent. And when you get a cloudy night, it tends to be drier air. Don't really understand the mechanics of that. I'm not a meteorologist or a weatherman. Okay, folks, the second version of the oven has been going now for a little while. Long enough for me to finish my first kind of small glass of wine. I guess now's the time to still got a flame going, so I don't need to change I don't need to refuel as yet. But I guess it's time to take a look at least. See what's what. I can see the foil has some brownness to it, so there's something going on. Some cooking is happening. Oh yeah, cooking and maybe burning on the bottom. I don't know. No, not really. No, not. I mean, those are hot. I wouldn't describe them as cooking though. There's no tenderness still. Still no tenderness. What do I just do with my cloth? Here we go. Gonna turn them over. And I don't know what am I gonna do. This is one of those I need more hands moments. Excuse me. I'm just gonna try and turn them over without dumping them out of the foil. You know what? I might not worry too much about it. They're still more or less in the foil. Whoa! I caught the off button again, but didn't turn it off. I don't know. I still got a long way to go. I don't know what time it's 11:30 probably as a guess. 11:30 at night, and those feel like they've got forever to go. I'm probably gonna ditch the metal work here and just put the potatoes in the foil on this rack above the fire. Am I gonna do that? Maybe I'll keep the top one. Maybe I'll ditch the bottom. I don't know, let's revisit this again, because life's too short. Life is too short. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take that out of the way. I'm going to put more wood in a second. But what are we going to do here? Carrots and wood.
carrots and potatoes. There's no... They haven't softened in the slightest. I'm going to put them... I'm going to put them on here directly. I know we're going to have to be careful here. I don't intend... I don't want them... Well, that's possibly too... That's too direct. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm aiming at something like that, but after I've straightened that up. Where's my metal work? Ouch. Hot things are hot. Ouch. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Something like that, guys. We're going to give that a go. We're removing some obstacles. I don't really want
Flames at this stage because yeah, it's gonna burn.
We're going to go from them being raw to them being burnt. This is all a bit of a fail, isn't it? Next time I'll go with I have a metal, what do you call it? It's kind of a tiny portable barbecue thing. Similar size to this but round. No top on it. But you put the coals in, there's a metal rack and then you just put things above. I could maybe lay this over the top once it's doing and potato and foil on over the hot coals. It'd be better than putting them over what's going to end up as a flame. Bit of a disappointment, and I'm aware that it's 11:30 and I've still got maybe an hour to go just to cook these potatoes and carrots, and then I've got to heat up my pasta and sauce from the other night to have, and I'm only looking to have one of these potatoes tonight. I was maybe gonna, because obviously I've got to process the videos and upload them and mess about later into the night, so I would maybe have some food when this finished cooking. Then I'll do the video and the uploading, and then maybe I would have had another potato and a bit of cheese or something in the night, 2 o'clock, 3 in the morning. I don't know. Maybe not. It's a bit of a disappointment. Hasn't really worked the way I envisaged. We'll see. Bye for now. Alright folks, I'm back. The camera on this phone, not good. The moon is so crisp and clear tonight. When I do a photo, it's blurred, but bright. When I switch to video, it's just blurred and dark. And the sea, well, that's the shiny bit over there. I've just got a 3 point something zoom. Ridiculous. I have no idea. 4.5 zoom, I don't know. Bring it back down to normal. And come back. I've given up. I've given up on my ambitions of cooking jacket potatoes tonight. Oh, and there's nothing. Can I not? Okay, back in a second. Back again. Okay, like I said, is there anything? This is crap. There's Tina. Gotta have an egregious shot of Tina. I put some wood in the fire and I'm just waiting for it to take. The fire had died down too much with the... That's gonna struggle. I don't know. Somewhere around there maybe. I might have to get the blowpipe on it. Give it a few more minutes. Or another minute or two. I've dished up some of the pasta. More than I would have otherwise. Remember I was going to have it with jacket potato. That's not going to happen tonight. I've abandoned that particular hope. There's my fridge. My wet towel. That was keeping the pasta and sauce. Keeping it good the last couple of days. I'm just going to knock that out. Excuse fingers. Need to cook this. Well, not cook it. Tina, fuck off. Need to reheat this. Tina, stop it. Tina! No. Not yet, darling. Not till I've warmed it up for me. It's been a night of fails, really. It's been a night of fails. I don't often fail so much, and when I do, it hurts. I mean, it was an experiment, so failures are always a possibility when you're doing something new. But the logic seemed sound. I mean, an oven is just it's a hot metal box, it's a metal box with hot air inside. I mean, how can you go wrong? By being me, I guess. It didn't happen, it didn't work. I don't know. What can I say? I'll put the stuff to one side. Probably put it up on the table in case we get any. Keep it out of the way of any kind of unwanted visitors. Examine it tomorrow and decide what to do from there. I imagine I mean, if I fill the bottom tray, if I stick with the idea of the two metal oven trays, the two metal roasting dishes, fill the bottom one with hot coals, put a grill over the top, an ironwork, whatever you want to call it, a grate, yeah, and then put the food on top. I mean, basically it'll be a barbecue, with a lid over the top. Yeah, that's my other best option. Or just slice the potatoes up and make chips or some kind of fries. That's the English version of chips, not the American. I don't know. I'm a bit taken aback. It's late. Probably somewhere around 12:30. And I feel like I've done nothing since, well, when did I start? Somewhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, I think. Nearer 10 o'clock when I boiled that water and made the coffees. It's been two and a half hours and I've got nowhere. And even now, look, even now,
We haven't got a fire. Come on, you bugger, light. There we go. Ignition. Ignition. Is that? That's on camera, yeah. Get the pan on. Warm up my bloody food.
Once that's hot, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to get into bed and eat that. I know, eating in bed. Oh, hold on. This, in fact, hold on. Eating a pasta and sauce in bed. That was a guy called Drunk 3PO told that story just a week or two ago about how did he fall asleep with the pasta and make a mess in the bed? Woke up the next day with a spoon up his back or something. Drunk 3PO, guys. Check out. He's called Jay, but his YouTube account Drunk 3PO. With the 3's a number, the numeral. DRUNK, the numeral 3 and PO. Check out. There's a recent. Was it on his channel? He might actually have been on the Geeks and Gamers Tuesday night main event. Not this week. Not this week. Just gone, but the one before maybe. But that just reminded me. Can you see the fire over there? I don't want to burn the handle on the pan. No, I think we're all right.
Let's see those things when
the fire doesn't happen, and it gives off all that smoke. That's the wood kind of drying out and getting rid of moisture and whatever else. And then when it does take, it really takes. The food that's left in here, I don't know. It's either my breakfast in the morning or a treat for the dog. I'm not sure. I'm going to put it back in my fridge, which is on the floor with a wet towel over it.
in the shade, wet towel. I did that video. You saw that how to keep things cold. A Tramp teaches you how to keep things cold. Hopefully you saw that video.
It's not great camera work just there. Sorry about that. None of my camera work's great. Nothing I do is great. I can't even cook fucking baked potatoes. What can I say? I need to give that food a bit of a stir. You can stay with me during that, I guess.
Spoon. Take the lid off the pan. And stir. Would have been nice with a bit. I mean, potato plus pasta is not. You know what I mean? It's not a recognised thing, is it really? Carbohydrate plus carbohydrate. But hey, I haven't eaten much all day. Sometimes it's a challenge to get enough calories in. So a healthy lad like myself is supposed to have what, 2,500 calories a day? That's not always easy. I guess, I don't know, I want to do a kind of my history sometime, or at least my history while I've been a tramp, hobo, vagrant, homeless guy, madam, whatever you want to call me. I want to do a longer form, just chat detailing some of my experiences. But just as an aside, I used to be 100 kilograms. I work in kilograms now. That's about 220 pounds for you Americans. And for the Brits, stones, I don't know, 16 and a half, I'm not sure. But basically, I'm down from 100 kilos. I found some weight scales in a bin just at Christmas. And the old mechanical ones. Somebody's obviously, they bought themselves a nice digital set and thrown out the mechanical ones. But I put them on the ground and jumped on 67 kilos. Down from actually 99 point something I used to be, not 100, but what's the difference? So I lost basically a third of my weight between August the 14th, when I stepped out of a friend's house and became literally homeless. August the 14th, Sunday, 11 o'clock in the morning last year. 100 kilos or thereabouts, down to 67 by Christmas. That's how much I'd failed to make my daily calorific limit, or calorific target. I don't know my weight at the minute. I'm guessing it's there or thereabouts. I don't think I've lost much since then. I can hope not. Hope not. I know, let's give you this in waist sizes, okay? I used to wear trousers that were labelled as 38-inch waist. UK size, 38-inch. They were labelled 38. Sometimes they were quite a generous cut, and I'd still struggle to get into them. I'm sure that if you'd actually measured around my waist, and certainly around my belly button, I would have been over 40 inches. A friend, Eddie, Tina gave me a pair of Eddie's jeans. They were a 32-inch waist, and I can get into those now without undoing them. If you fasten them, I can step into them and out of them. 32-inch waist. So I'm guessing I'm maybe a 30-inch waist now, which sounds like it should be good. I mean, in terms of obesity, and I mean, my BMI, body mass index, was, I think it was 32. I wouldn't, I'd have to get I'll get an online calculator up after I finish this video, or after I've eaten this food, and plug the numbers in. But I'm 5'8",
I've got no idea what that is in centimetres. Hold on, I can work it out. 5 feet is 150. 8 inches times 2.5, that's 20. There's 170 centimetres. Plus or minus whatever the 0.04 is that, however that affects the numbers. Maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2-3 centimetres extra. Let's say 173 centimetres as a guess. So plug that in, 173 centimetres in height, 67 kilos in weight. If you don't want to do the calculations and go off and look it up, I'll look it up and put something on screen when I show this video. But my BMI is down from 32 down to whatever that comes out at now. Which in theory is good, healthy, lose weight. You know, one of the biggest killers during COVID was one of the biggest risk factors was obesity. It's a big risk factor for diabetes and various other ailments, heart disease and everything else. So maybe the hobo lifestyle has done me some good, but you can lose too much weight. After midnight on a Saturday night, what am I going on about? Let's cut it there, guys. I'll maybe come back to you as I eat this food. The other stuff, that's gonna stay out here, but up on the table somewhere, out of the way of anything that would try and get it. They're all raw still, more or less. It's a failure. I don't know what to say. My videos, I haven't done many. I mean, I've only been doing this, it's less than 2 weeks I've been doing this channel. Failure though. Turns out I can't even cook jacket potatoes and a couple of baked potatoes and a couple of carrots. Yeah. Okay, folks. As Tina just helps me finish that off. That brings my my Saturday night to an end. I'm going to edit a video or two and upload them and release them. I'll maybe download a YouTube video from a channel, Big Clive Live. The guy has a channel, bigclive.com, where dot is actually spelt out, D-O-T. Big Clive, D-O-T-C-O-M, all one word. He has almost 1 million followers. He's an expert with electricity and I don't know whether you'd say electronics or not. That's more computery. He does. There is a link. There is an overlap, but he does. He's a Scottish bloke, lives in the Isle of Man. He's a genius, but he has a secondary channel on a Saturday night, Big Clive Live, which is a little bit more, how would you describe it? Rambunctious, I guess. He just kind of, it's more freewheeling. He reacts to it's live, and he reacts to his chat. So if people ask questions in the chat, he'll interact, and it gets a little bit. If I describe it as a bunch of blokes hanging out in a bar, in a pub, he tries to keep it civilized, but it can, depending on how much he drinks and depending on how much the people in the chat drink, it can get dragged off topic a bit. The guy is a oh gosh, how do you say? Um, don't ask, don't tell. The guy's gay. And his audience of what he calls his technical family, because they all come from his electrical channel. There's a lot of technical people, and they do tend to be a little bit Asperger's, a little bit a little bit out there. But it's fun. If you're easily offended, then it's not for you. But if you know, if you're of a mind to just enjoy people hanging out and I was going to say chatting shit, it's that kind of thing. Wow, this camera is showing things that aren't there. When the tent ripples in the wind or whatever, it creates reflections that are flickering across the camera. I'm seeing things on screen that just aren't there in real life. That's bizarre. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do tonight. Edit videos, upload them, and then I'm going to watch Big Clive live. And if there's anything after that, if I'm awake early in the morning, I'm going to catch up with Friday Night Tights that I downloaded. I didn't watch it live last night. It uses too much bandwidth to take stuff live. I like to get it afterwards after it's been highly compressed. But Friday Night Tights from the Nerdrotic channel. All these things that I recommend. These are my favourite channels. Highly recommended. Check them out if you're so inclined. Sorry the cooking experiment didn't work out. I hope there's still some entertainment or value in the video. I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. You tell me. Tell me in the chat. Tell me to stop wasting my time, or tell me what you would have done different within the limitations of no large fire, no. You heard the limitations that I said. How would you have tried to cook jacket potatoes in this situation? Baked potatoes, you'd probably call them. Jacket potatoes is probably a North England expression. I don't know. Not everybody understands it when I say it. How would you have done baked potatoes? Potatoes in their skin, just cooked with heat. With that just a little fire, the little chimney, the little tube that I'm trying to cook with. What would you have done? What did I do wrong? What would you have done different? Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys. I got ideas for tomorrow and for the coming week. I'll probably do a separate post, a separate video tomorrow explaining my ideas for the channel going forward. It's been approximately 2 weeks now, so I've got more of an idea of what I can and can't do, and how often I can and can't release things, and what I can do that's new or different. If you've been along for the ride and you've seen a few videos, let me know. Tell me how many of the videos have you seen. If this is one of, if you've only caught one or two, click to view my channel. There are two playlists, and a few videos that aren't in either playlist. So click on my channel, check out a few of the other videos. In particular, I would point you to the first few, the ones where the weather was bad and I was in the old, rather than in this brand. Well, it's not a brand new, but it's new to me. Instead of in this fantastic tent, I was in a. I was under a bright blue tarpaulin that was held up by 6 mop handles, broom handles that I'd hammered into the ground and then strung a tarpaulin over. And I was under that for 4, 5 months, in one form or another. But it was falling apart, and when I saw that we had 10, 12 days of thunderstorms predicted, I was worried. And then my knights in shining armor arrived. So check out those earlier videos. Have a look at the hovel I was living in. Have a look at the video called something like called "Wow, What an Action-Packed Day" or something. That's the one where that's the one where we ended up putting the tent up, and then I had to take down the old shelter, move everything out the way, move the tent across from where we'd put up into where I was going to be, and then I had to move everything into the tent. Have a look at that. Check out those earlier videos, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. That way, you'll receive a notification when I release new videos. You'll be able to stay up to date with my progress and whether or not I survive, if I survive, how I survive, and my girl here, Tina. Keep up to date with her and her adventures. Every now and again, I release a video that's more focused on her. That's it for today, guys. If you've made it this far, I thank you. I know not many of you will have, and that's okay. It's probably quite a long video, disappointing, and hey, not everything works out, you know? Such is life. Okay, bye for now. Tina, say bye bye. Stop eating the things, stop eating the insects and say bye bye. Tina says bye bye.